State of Play and State of the Snowstorm. The girls recap their favorite announcements from Wednesday's PlayStation State of Play. Leah ventured out in the snow to celebrate the Canadian way at the Canadian Game Awards, and Joelle brings us an exhilarating game of higher or lower, video game style. So much to chat about, so let's go.
Get ready for the Girls on Games podcast, your weekly dose of news, reviews, and everything video games. Always served with a good helping of hype and just a pinch of salt. And now, your host, Leah.
Hello and welcome to another Girls on Games podcast. My name is Leah. I'm the host of this show. This is episode number 483, and I'm excited to be joined by the crew. Catherine, what's up?
Hello, I cannot shovel another inch of snow.
Yeah, we've had a lot of snow.
So much
Here, there, Ottawa. Everybody's just got hammered with snow. What can you do? We live in Canada. It's wintertime, right? Yeah. Joelle, are you also buried in snow?
No, but I'm buried under frigid temperatures.
Okay.
Woke up and it was negative 12 degrees Fahrenheit. So I don't know. That'd be really cold for you.
Minus 20?
Yeah,
Ish.
they're around there. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's what it
20s. Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, we are in the dead of winter.
Yep.
Yay, February. All right, let's get through some housekeeping so we can get into some more fun stuff besides talking about the snow, because that's all anybody is talking about right now. If you'd enjoy this show and you'd like to subscribe, we're available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Podbean. If you'd like to get some GOG merch, you can do that by going to designbyhumans.com/shop/girlsongames. Maybe you'd like to give us a tip, maybe buy us a coffee. You can do that by going to our Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/girlsongames. Ladies, outside of shoveling and bundling up, do anything fun this week? Kat?
Yeah. I went to see my mom,
Oh, nice.
which was a dodgy situation considering like Thursday was the first snowstorm and Sunday was the second one. So I was like, let me see if I can get up north and come back. So yeah, I was really in and out because I took the train on Saturday. And on the weekends, they're commuter trains. So on weekends, the departure times are very sparse. So I went there Saturday early afternoon. I brought my whetstone because last time I was there, I was cooking with my friend, and all of her knives were so dull, we couldn't do shit. So I have a whetstone. They picked me up at the train station. We stopped somewhere to get like sushi and poke bowl for lunch. Mm-hmm. And then after that, her boyfriend was like, I gotta go. The back patio were still full of like the snow from like Thursday. He's like, I gotta clear those out. If not, I will be stuck with all 70 centimeters of snow. So they bought a electric snowblower. So usually snowblowers are like gas powered, which makes them very strong, but you can't have them close to the house. So he got a smaller electric snowblowers to do the patios. But he was struggling with that. But I spent like a good, hour just sharpening every knife in the house. And once I was done, I just put on my snow gear. I went out and I shoveled for an hour, helping him clear out the patios for us to wake up the next day and for them to already be half buried again. But at least sometimes you just got to do it to get it out and go. And then on Sunday, I was like, yo, it's snowing and it's like the wind is blowing. This is bad. But my friend, Uva, was up there to ski and she's like, I'll bring you back. I'm like, are you confident you can drive in this? She's like, I got an all-wheel drive. I've done this as long as we leave like before noon. We shouldn't get the thick of it. So she comes over. We have breakfast. We make pancakes, stuff like that. Had a great time with my mom, caught up. I was a bit in and out, like less than 24 hours. I'm sorry, I'll have to go back. But, and then we drove and it took like an hour and a half to come back, which is not bad, honestly. considering like it was the beginning of a blizzard and there was a lot of snow and a lot of snowdrift. It was mostly the wind, but it was like there was not a lot of people on the road, so we kind of like just kept our distance and kind of made a choo-choo train in the lane that had the less snow, and we drove into Montreal. I think it was worse once we got to Montreal, especially on the 40, which is the big highway on the north of the island.
In the sky.
The one in the sky. I think it had gotten less traffic and it was accumulating snow faster because it's up and with the wind blowing. That was bad. But the actual, like, the 15, the highway that goes up north from Montreal, that one wasn't so bad. It was just slow because of low visibility and a bit of wind. But honestly, like, I was ready to spend an extra night, and I'm glad we didn't, because we would have been snowed in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how we would have gotten home. So shout out to that. And people that are in the Girls on Games Discord saw me posting photos of my back door that was slowly getting buried all the way to the top. We had to go out. Like, after, like, I took the train to go see my mom. I sharpened all her knife and I shoveled like for an hour outside. I came home to just like go out and shovel every 3 hours.
Oh.
Just so that we're not literally snowed in. Because the way the wind was blowing, it was blowing against my back door. Oof. So we were keeping the front clear to be able to get out. And then the back, it was just like I was afraid of the weight. Just about the...
Oh, yeah, on top of the balcony.
Yeah, exactly. And then my brother texted me saying his back was fucked. So I was like, oh. They actually hired a teenager to clear the backyard where they parked their car. Mind you, the car's not there because our alleyway's not plowed, so they can't drive their car.
So where are they putting their car then?
Oh, it's in the street.
Oh my God.
They did it so it wouldn't be snowed in the back.
It won't be snowed in the street?
It will be less snowed in.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
It's plowed.
Well, fair enough. Yeah.
At least they can get out and drive. If it were back there, they can't drive out right now because our guy hasn't showed up to plow our alleyway yet.
He's probably stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to pay a private contractor for that. So, and even then, the city, in my, I don't know, I want to say 15 years in Montreal, for the first time, they're like, hey, we're suspending garbage pickups for a week.
Wow.
Because
they didn't do that here. There was we were dodging buckets at one point.
No, they were, we took out our compost today and they were like, bring it back in. Just because it's going to take up to 8 days for them to get rid of the snow. And so they're like, you know what? The last thing we need is fucking garbage trucks. Also, how are they going to get to your bins?
Where are you going to put your bins?
Yeah.
On top of the mountain of snow?
Yeah.
So
at least Montreal does the whole, like, once the snow has stopped, that they will systematically go through and truck the snow out of the city. I don't know what Toronto's going to do.
They might have to call for help from probably once Ottawa has cleared theirs. They'll probably have to ask for help from the neighboring cities and also truck it out somewhere. But yeah, it's been weird. And today it's been windy as shit. And it's going to be windy until tomorrow. And right now that wind, it stopped snowing, but that wind is blowing the snow everywhere. So we've had to shovel again today. I'm going to have to shovel again tomorrow. Just because of all the snow that's accumulating. But that's just not new. It's just the snow being moved around. And it feels like, honestly, we went to the gym today. And it feels like we live on Hoth in Star Wars right now. Like with the high winds, the snow everywhere, the fact that very little is plowed. Very little sidewalk, very little. It was weird. We had to walk in the street at one point. People were just trying to push cars out of the way, but people were driving into streets that were clearly unplowed saying, hey, my Honda Civic can drive in that. I'm like, no, your Honda Civic is too low.
Yeah.
You will get stuck.
Don't look at the Toyota RAV4 driving through that and being like, I can do that. No,
you cannot.
you cannot.
Sadly.
I'm pretty sure every Cybertruck in Montreal is useless.
Oh, I'm sure.
Apparently they're good in the snow, but not good in the cold.
They're good in the snow?
That's what I
But
was
not
told.
good in the cold.
I have
No
not.
battery.
I have
But
not.
did
I don't think so. I don't know. From the
how do you
people
get
I've
snow
seen,
without cold?
Yeah, they.
No, but I mean
they,
like frigid.
They don't
cold.
have like any warmers, and so they were saying that the snow.
You have warmers? What do you mean?
Like because they don't have an engine, and so when like the snow hits the hood and the headlights, it just mucks it up, and then they can't see because the
I didn't
snow
think of that.
covers all the headlights.
There's no
there's-
heat in the block.
There's no heat, and so
Great.
Because it's
then-
electric.
yeah, I don't know if I believe. Just because
I don't know.
they're
That's what Mike
heavy.
said, and I thought he was crazy too. But maybe it's because it's higher. I don't know. Anyways,
I don't know. I mean,
I would
they
imagine
are-
they're 4-wheel drive.
I don't know.
Oh, well, let's not check our Cybertruck knowledge, and I don't even want to go to their website.
Honestly. Anyway, so I had a lovely time in between all the shoveling, but I will say that today I am exhausted. And tomorrow I am like 50-50
I'm going in.
on skipping a mandatory work from office. Work in office tomorrow just because I know like half the office is not coming tomorrow.
How are you gonna get there?
I mean, I take transit. Like, there's no snow underground. The metro.
Yeah,
I
that's the
guess,
thing too.
I
I
guess,
I take
yeah.
transit
Yeah.
as well. As long as I can get to the subway, I'm fine.
If the sidewalks are plowed when I get up tomorrow, I will see. But I'm not sure. Like, it's clearly people that usually drive in. They can't expect to be there. I think all people
Well,
that
also,
take
too, do they have
long
a parking?
distance transit.
Do they have a parking lot at Ubisoft?
Yes,
Is it covered?
we've got 2 undergrounds.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
But
nice.
like there's one that you need to have a spot and it's a lottery basically. And there's another one that's in our second building, but that's just public parking.
Oh, okay.
So
So it's luck of the draw.
luck of the draw, exactly. If not, most people park on the streets. We do have an exterior parking. That's also first come, first serve. Will it be plowed? I don't know. Will the just all the tiny streets of the Milan be plowed in general? Like,
Yeah.
I fucking doubt it. So I'm 50-50 on that.
Yeah,
but-
spoiler alert, the game for the podcast later is called Will It Be Plowed?
Well, it'll be
Yeah,
plowed.
that's my game right now. But yeah. Other than that, like some cocooning, and I'm pretty sure tonight I will have to take back medicine before I go to bed just to make sure it doesn't
Just
it
you don't
doesn't
lock up.
muck up overnight from
Yeah.
everything I did. Geez, what a weird week it's been, honestly.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one. Joelle, obviously you're not buried like we are.
No.
Did you do anything fun?
I have been. I went and got a massage, which
That's
was
nice.
lovely. That made me very sleepy. But I have had kind of a crazy week. And well, I'd like to. Can I be like totally honest with you?
Well, yeah, you're just telling everybody on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Well,
you
I know, but I'm just like saying, I'm be totally honest. So I have been for the last couple of weeks been like learning about and understanding a new, I think, like mental health diagnosis that I have.
Okay.
And so I have recently been, I haven't been like officially diagnosed, but I've taken some assessments on it through my licensed therapist. And it turns out that I have mild to moderate OCD. So that is a thing that I currently have. And I wasn't sure about like what all that meant. And when I went to see my gynecologist, he actually recommended that I get on medication for it. And I thought, well, why not? I might as well just try. And so, yeah, I've been taking Zoloft for it. And yeah, it's been on a wild journey this last 3 weeks. And so I didn't do a whole lot this last week because I was just kind of getting used to being on meds. So I was riding the wave of that. So yeah. So I don't know. It's been an interesting past couple of weeks. So that's what I've been doing.
Have you found them helpful?
Yes, they have been extremely helpful. So they take more like 4 to 6 weeks to like fully like settle in.
Okay.
Take full effect, right?
Yeah, full effect is so I'm on week 4 right now. On Friday it'll be a full 4 weeks. But yeah, they have been extremely helpful. Extremely helpful. And with OCD, I think what people might think of immediately is like hand washing lots of times, or like checking to make sure like doors are locked or the stove is on. But it's really more about like having uncontrollable intrusive thoughts with people, and you know that what you're thinking is not good because they're usually negative. And so you're like, I know that what I'm thinking about is bad, but I don't know how to not think about this. And so when you want to turn off the negative thought or the obsession, you do a behavior, which is the compulsion to try to turn off the thought. And there's actually like 13 different subtypes of OCD. So it's a very like wide kind of spectrum in the disorder. So yeah, so it's just been a lot of like understanding how my brain works. And then when I've been taking this medication, I like feel so much better because I feel like half of my brain is shut down. And I'm like, this is amazing. I have like half as many thoughts during the day, and it's awesome. So I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, so I think like it's going all right, but I don't know. Yeah, just like it's a good thing to, take care of yourself. And if you think like I feel like something is off or I might have something, it's always good to check in with a professional and multiple professionals. It took a couple folks. It took my gynecologist and my therapist and things like that to kind of identify a few things. And and I'm just trying something, and if it doesn't work, it might not work, and I can try something else. But it's just always good to make sure you pay attention to yourself and take care of yourself. So that's my
Good stuff.
That's my message. Yeah.
I'm
So,
glad it's helping you.
yeah, it's been really, really nice, and it's been really interesting learning more about it. And yeah, I'm just really grateful that I'm really lucky, and I feel really grateful that I have a good support system and people that can help, and telling like friends and things like that. And they just, it's not like a widely talked about thing, and people kind of have a preconceived notion of what it is. And so it's been nice just to have some conversations and to let people know like I'm still learning about this and how it shows up for me. But like I'm, so this is just my journey, and that's just what I'm going on. I just want to be, like we're friends, and I want to be open with like what's happening. And then I think it's important to, like I said, just making sure you take care of yourself and get support and get help when you need to. But yeah, it is. I will say, yeah, that the medication so far has 10 out of 10 recommend.
Good stuff.
Yeah, very good. So
Yeah, that's very interesting because like you said, like we always know about like the people that are washing their hands compulsively, but you don't realize it could be something else. Like I hope a lot of people hearing this that are struggling could maybe go out and get the help they didn't think they needed, because in their head it was something specific, right?
Yeah. Like I didn't even think about this until I was just going through. There has been so much change lately, and I've been so stressed out. And I thought to myself, like, there's just something about this that I cannot, like, that doesn't work. And my therapist would say, like, well, like I get in these headspaces and I can't like pull myself out of them. And she's like, well, go for a 10-minute walk. And I'm like, that doesn't do anything. I have to go for like a 2-hour walk. Like,
Wow.
But then you're still thinking on your walk.
yeah, I'm like, this 10-minute walk does nothing, lady. And then, or she'll be like, do some meditation. And I'm like, this just doesn't, like I cannot like pull myself out of this these rabbit holes. Like a lot of OCD is you kind of get into these like what ifs or maybes or doubts. Like you think about kind of all of the thoughts that could happen. There's a really interesting like picture in one of the books that I was reading about it, where it's like it kind of shows like the normal person thinks about the thoughts that they only need to think about, which is like 20% of like your brain capacity like during the day. But with people with OCD, it like widens to like 75%. So it just like opens up to like an insane amount of things. And then I thought, well, no wonder I get so tired at like 3 o'clock every day because my brain just won't stop thinking. Yeah, so then when I was like, this is weird. Like, why can I not kind of like self-regulate essentially?
Yeah.
And like, why can I not kind of do this on my own? Because this is so strange. And then I Googled, which is not diagnosing, but it was just for research purposes because I just thought like maybe I can help myself and see what I resonate with, and then go talk to the professionals that I have in my life about what's going on. And then when I kind of looked up some things about OCD, I was like, oh, like I think that's it. Like I think that's what I have. And then I went to see and talk to my therapist, and who I trust implicitly, and then we talked about it, and I took a little exam, and I was like, oh, all right. Like I guess I have this. So yeah, and it's been, and like it's so fascinating too, like once you kind of realize you have something, like it at first it was like I felt shame a little bit, and then I felt bad, so I was like, oh, I have this. But then once I started learning about it, then I felt kind of relief, and then I felt a little bit better of just like, oh, other people have this too. Like it's not just me. And there's so many resources now available that I can like learn about it, and I can start to understand that like I am more than just like this diagnosis, or like I am more than just what this is, and I can get help and I can receive help. And for me, getting help and asking for help hasn't always been like the first option I would go to in my life. And so I think like a bit with age and experience, I'm just like, nope, like immediately I'm gonna like seek help for this, because I just knew I couldn't manage it by myself. So yeah, like I don't know, like if you're unsure, like don't self-diagnose, and don't use the internet as a tool to like self-diagnose, but not a bad idea, just to see what's out there, and then to seek again help from a professional with tools and resources that can work with you. So yeah,
Good stuff.
mental health corner.
It's important.
Yes.
The Canadian Game Awards were on Saturday in the middle of the snowstorm. And I went.
Unbelievable. Goat.
So that's what I was up to this week. Yeah. I'm crazy. Lo and behold, I guess because not so many people were outside, but the Ubers were actually not overpriced, which is crazy because, like, if you're going to an award show like that, you want to dress up and everything, right? Mike and I had plans. I had planned on wearing shoes.
Oh.
That didn't happen. I wore boots. So yeah, it was fun. We went, and it was at the Bell, or I'm going to call it the Bell TIFF Life Box for everywhere, but it's not the Bell TIFF Life Box anymore. It's the TIFF Light Box, which is down on John and King. And I had never been in there before, but it's actually like a theater complex. And I guess because when the Toronto International Film Festival is around, they need lots of venues to watch lots of films. So, yeah, that's where it took place. There was a VIP cocktail before. Got to see a whole bunch of friendly faces that, the usual suspects in the media video game realm that we live in, especially here in Toronto. And then they had the show itself. It was in one of the theaters. And it was hosted by Naomi Kyle and Dapper Tux, friend of the show. So that was fantastic. Got to see it. Got to sit through, all the different awards and things. Balatro and Dragon Age the Veilguard cleaned up. gotta say. They took
Aw.
Expected.
Deserved.
totally expected. Just to run through the winners, best art direction went to 1,000 Times Resist. Best game design went to Balatro. Best score went to Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Best narrative went to Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Best performance went to Humberly Gonzalez for Star Wars Outlaws. Best audio design went to Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Best technology innovation went to Homeworld 3. Best debut indie game went to Balatro. Best debut studio went to Local Thunk, who is Balatro. One guy. Most innovative studio went to BioWare for Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Esports player went to Sarah Frags. Esports organization went to Toronto Ultra. Esports event went to the Call of Duty League Stage 3 Major. Content creator / show went to Pokimane. Studio of the Year went to Local Thunk, Balatro, and Game of the Year went to Balatro. Local Thunk is notorious for not wanting to be known who he is and everything. So their publisher was there to kind of like accept the awards on their behalf.
Wow.
And it was awesome. Yeah. So lots of fun. Great seeing everybody. Afterwards, went out and grabbed a bite to eat with Naomi and Kyle and Mike. And yeah, it was just nice to be out and about. And then, you know, forgetting when you're inside that it's blowing a gale outside and snow is falling. And then going home and being like, all right, cool. Now that we're a little tipsy and have food in our bellies, let's go to sleep and wake up to the snow that we have to shovel in the morning.
The biggest takeaway I have from what you just said is because I've been wondering if it's local T hunk, as in local Toronto hunk, or a local thunk.
It's thunk.
It's thunk. Okay.
THUNK, local thunk.
I love that interpretation. Is it local Toronto hunk? That's amazing.
Oh my God. No, but I think he's actually, like, everybody says he's from Toronto. I actually think he's from Saskatchewan because they kept saying Saskatchewan up on the teleprompter.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think he's living in Toronto right now, though.
Maybe, but I think he's actually, yeah, that might be it.
Okay. Because I only known him from like his
Oh, and it's all together. That's why you were thinking it was local T-Hunk.
yeah, from his handles online, like
But
on X
yeah,
and
everybody
and
said
Blue
local
Sky.
Thunk. And then when I saw his name written, it did have the uppercase T. And
Okay.
then now on the mobile syrup, Steve Zegvari, who was part of the event last night, he also has an article up on mobilesyrup.com talking about all the winners, and it's written out local space thunk, capital L, capital T.
Okay,
Yeah.
well that answers a lot of my questions. Thank you.
So Mike was really excited because, you know, like he plays F1 and then he got really into Balatro. And yeah, so like anytime they were up, he was like, "Go, it's my game!" Cheering it on, and he got really into it. And it was nice because yeah, sometimes some of our, especially the video game stuff, doesn't cross over. Of like the same things we like to experience together. So it was really cool to be able to do that. Plus, you know, considering like we like to hang out with Naomi and Kyle too. So that's great. And now that they know each other, that makes it easier. So yeah, it was a great evening. Kind of wild how fast and furious it all was, considering trying to get down there and stuff. But yeah, they've really made some good strides over the past few years. The team that runs that to kind of really bring it to the forefront. I know we've been involved in the past. I believe I was a judge in 2020. Just don't have the time to do that nowadays with the promotion I was given at work and things like that. But yeah, it's cool to be able to go and celebrate Canadian-made
Really cool.
video games.
Yeah.
All right, Fantasy Critic. In the podcast league, activity this week included one game that released. Catherine had on her roster Sid Meier's Civilization 7. The game got a rating of 81, means Kat got 11 points.
Good pull.
In the bidding, Ninja Gaiden 4 was a battle. Joelle had bid with $12 and won. Kat attempted to pick it up with $2 and did not succeed. You were outbid by $10, Kat. So unfortunately, that's the way that cookie crumbled.
I was
thought
counting
that would
on
have gone for more.
yeah, I was counting on us being bad on counterbid and people forgetting to look at the website. Shit.
Grand Theft Auto 6 was picked up by Joelle for a bid of $25. I hope you don't regret that $25, my dear.
Well, I saw some news over the weekend that I thought, well, shit. Should I just grab it? And then I didn't know if anyone else was going to bid on it, so I kind of went heavy-handed. But
You saw the news story that they came out and said, no, it's coming out this year?
yeah,
Is that the news story you saw? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And a few people were picking it up and talking about it, and then I was like, okay. People that I feel like are pretty reputable. I don't know. I was like, all right.
We shall see.
Yeah, so I pulled the trigger. I was like, it might be too early, but I did it. So,
Those
There were no-
projected
Oh.
points look good though.
Yeah, they do.
well, yeah, that's. I think, I guess I figured a bird in the hand is worth better than two in the bush, so I just grabbed it. So we'll see.
No drops this week. So the rankings currently stand with Catherine in first place, Joelle in me in second place, and Joelle in third place.
Yep.
As we wait for more games to release, and there will be more.
Oh, yeah.
Lots more, because
Yeah.
we're just midway through February.
Yeah, next
Only
week we'll have
February.
Avowed's points as well. That's gonna
Yep.
get spicy.
Yeah. In the
Yup.
community league, Sid Meier's Civilization was on Pat's list, rating of 81, points 11. And Stainsby Kingsby had After Love EP with a rating of 78, meaning 8 points. In the bids, Marvel's Wolverine was won by Phoenix with a bid of $12.
That's a
Shinobi
spicy pickup.
Yeah.
It is. Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Lots of movement here. So, Pat, Joelle, and Darth Stridius all attempted to buy that game, but Ross managed to pick it up with a bid of $11. And then F1 2025 was won by the Itty Bitty Kitty Games Publishing Committee.
That's me.
Catherine, with a bid of $2. The $2 worked this
The
time.
$2 play.
For F1 2025. Nice. No drops this week. The current ranks include Pat in first, Margot in second, Stainsby Kingsby in third, Simon in fourth, Albay in fifth, Darth Stridius in sixth, and Phoenix in seventh. No other points on the board. There we are. Let's talk about the games we've been playing. Catherine, you're still on your adventure in Avowed?
I am. I think I'm gonna trek to that for a while because I've been pretty busy, so I haven't played as much. But I am definitely want to play this game all the way through. I am loving it so much. I stand by my thing that it's better game than Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Sorry, I'm sorry. But other than that, I've also been playing a bit of Spirit Swaps, Lo-Fi Beat,
Woohoo.
Match 3-2 on the side, just like as a palate cleanser. And as a way to, like, when I work from home, to take breaks from work, like, because sometimes I'm just like so in the zone. Sometimes I just gotta like do something else for 15 minutes. I do a level of that. I've been really enjoying it. It is definitely a gorgeous game. The music,
Yeah.
it really, and all those years of Candy Crush are coming in
Coming
clutch.
in.
Yeah.
Paying off.
Yeah,
Paying
I
off.
went to, for not the highest difficulty, the one just before, and I might have to go up. I am powering through this fucking game. The pattern recognition just kicked in, and I was like, yeah, I've been doing this for a while. And before Candy Crush, I did Bejeweled
Oh, Bejeweled.
on my Windows
Classic.
95 PC.
Classic.
Definitely in your comfort zone then.
So yes, it's definitely in my wheelhouse, and the added aesthetic and music and story, like interactive novel type story, is just making sure that I would love this game. They tailor-made it for me. So I am
Yeah.
enjoying it. I'm trying to sip it. Trying not to just go like, oh, I love this, and just go through it. Like,
Yeah.
this is a contained experience, just a little bit at a time.
Good stuff. Joelle, playing anything?
I didn't play any new, nothing new. Just through my week of adjustment, neuron adjustment. I got caught up on a lot of shows that I was a little behind on. So, season 3 of Mythic Quest is being released on Apple TV. So I got caught up on the first few episodes of that. They are awesome. They're so good. I was sometimes with the show, sometimes you get into like a season 3 slump a bit. So guess I had maybe kind of low expectations a little bit, but man, it's been amazing. So
Yeah. I don't think I'm totally up to date. I think I might be an episode or 2 behind, but yeah, we binged a whole bunch of it there not too long ago.
yeah, especially this last episode 3 that dropped, I think was like one of the better episodes of the whole show that I've seen. It was incredible. It was really, really good. So, yep, got caught up on Mythic Quest, and then also on Valentine's Day, the new season 8 of Love Is Blind dropped the pod episodes, and I don't watch a ton of like reality TV. Not always like my jam, but I do like Love Is Blind, and the season was shot in Minneapolis.
Oh.
I had to kind of pop in and see what all the fuss is about. So, but I do watch Love Is Blind. I do like that show. I just think it's fascinating. So
I saw a TikTok of some folks who were watching Love Is Blind, and they had the subtitles and I guess the voices on, but they covered up the upper half screen
Yeah.
of the TV so
Yeah.
that they were drawing what they thought the people looked like.
Oh, funny. That is amazing. Yeah, it is fun to think about, because I've seen some people watch the show where they will cover their TVs like with a towel or something, so they can.
That's
just,
exactly what they were doing. Yeah.
yes, they can just hear the people, so they can try to experience what they're experiencing in the pod, because obviously they can't see, but we get that privilege of seeing what's happening. So yeah, it is. It's so crazy, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the unfolding of all of the drama and messiness, and like, I don't know, I don't really, I would never really go on TV, I don't think, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. A lot of people are in the medical device field, or like medical services or medical device sales or nurses, or so a lot of healthcare individuals in in this one.
Just on this season of the show, was it?
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to like them going to places, and I'm gonna try to see if I've been there. So that'll be a fun little game on top of everything else. So
Cool.
yeah.
I'm still playing Foundation. I'm 50 plus hours in now.
Wow.
That game has just got me. And I just keep restarting because I'll learn some other mechanic and then I'll be like, nope, everything's fucked up now. Got to start from the beginning and replan. I think this run, though, that I'm going on, I've got it down to a science. The only thing, so there's like, you can build like a monastery. You can build like more mechanics around like the city itself, like taverns and like, you know, like manors and things like that. But then there's the whole like fortressy kind of side of things that like I haven't really delved into at all, so that you can build like spots for like your little army. There's no combat in this game, but there are mechanics like in order to get the density up in your population in an area, you need to continuously upgrade and have characters patrolling and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's the one segment of the game now that I don't have a sweet clue how it's going to work, but I'm really happy with the spot that I started this run on, and it has this fantastic hill and with like a cliff like overseeing the water, and I'm like, I want to build my castle up there. So that's my goal, is I want to get through. I don't want to quit this one. I'm in a really good space. I have great positioning for all my resources and everything, because part of it too is that you don't necessarily like there's quartz and marble and gold and stuff that you can mine along with iron and stone.
Ooh.
And you don't necessarily know where to find some of those higher level things. Like stone and iron, you can find little nodes kind of like around, so you can kind of work off that. But later, as you go through the game, you get a bailiff who can then go and investigate and try and find other resource nodes, and that's how you start to open up to have like the marble and the gold and the quartz and everything, which you need in order to craft like stained glass for your monastery, or carve fancy sculptures or things like that. So, and then of course sell it to other neighboring villages and stuff. So, yeah, I'm just into that. But I really want to play Spirit Swap before next week for a key reason. Stay tuned.
Ooh.
Hopefully everything pans out. All right. So, huge shout out to Phoenix, who heard our cry for help with coming up with a name. But here's the next segment of the podcast, Game On, where since we're a video game podcast, we're going to play a podcast game about video games. So the evolution of Walk Down Memory Card Lane, now we open it up. Many more games. Memory Card Lane will always come back. But yeah, Joelle's going to bring us on a game of higher or lower today.
Yeah, game on. Game on, gamers. So, yeah, higher or lower. So, this is a game where I'm going to give you, there's 3 categories we'll be playing in, and I'm going to give you 2 choices of a video game title in the category, and you got to choose which one came in higher or which one came in lower. So, you can pick which one you want to go, either higher or lower, and then we'll reveal the game. So we'll start off with the category is best selling video games. So out of these 2 titles, which one do you think either had the highest or lowest sales for video games? So you can choose which route you want to take. It Takes Two or Alan Wake?
Alan Wake probably had higher sales, I think, than It Takes Two.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kat?
I'm going to say Alan Wake as well.
But hold up. Is it Alan Wake 1? Didn't we just get Alan Wake 2? And that one did really well? Did Alan Wake 1 get...
It's Alan Wake 1. It's the first one.
The original, I think it's, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's still...
That was a
Alan
massively popular game.
Wake. Yeah.
All right. Alan Wake 2 came in at 3.2 million.
Mm-hmm.
It Takes Two has over 11 million sales.
Shit!
Wow!
I guess It Take Two, because of the co-op nature, was very approachable. And Alan Wake is scary as shit.
Yeah.
All right, next set. Dragon Ball Fighter Z or Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh.
Dragon Ball's just got that Dragon Ball known entity
But
to it. Assassin's Creed 2.
is the second
Was a
most
while
popular
ago.
in the franchise, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
No, sorry. It's Black
Even more
Flag,
so than Odyssey?
No, it's Black Flag, Brotherhood. Yeah, maybe Odyssey kind of moved up, but the top 2 are still Black Flag and Brotherhood. So
Dragon Ball Fighter Z versus Assassin's Creed 2. Plus Assassin's Creed 2 was a while ago. Maybe Dragon Ball?
I'm gonna go with Assassin's Creed 2.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Dragon Ball.
Ooh, split. All right, Assassin's Creed 2 had 9 million sales. Dragon Ball Fighter Z had 10 million.
Yeah,
Hey!
By
you were
1
right about that
million.
one.
Close, though. Close. All right. So OG Assassin's Creed,
Altair.
numero uno, or Borderlands 3.
Borderlands 3.
Yeah, I'm saying Borderlands 3 too.
Okay, out of just curiosity, how many
Yeah.
sales do you think Borderlands 3 came in at?
Cool, 10 million.
I know I looked up the review score yesterday and it said, or earlier today. I think it was earlier today. And it was like an 88.
I would say good 10 million, easy peasy.
Maybe more like 9.
All right.
Are we really bad at this?
Assassin's Creed OG had 8 million sales.
Okay.
Borderlands 3, 20 million.
Oh, wow. I knew it was
They decided
popular.
to make a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, Borderlands 3 was like the most popular in the franchise.
Oh, by far,
Yeah.
it seems like. But I
Like I said, it
wouldn't have
reviewed
guessed.
high.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that many, but yeah, it was peak. Like I remember, like middle school, high school, like it had a chokehold. I think on all of the gaming friends that I had. It was Borderlands 3. So, all right, last one in this category,
Okay.
NBA 2K20
Okay.
or theme park.
Theme park.
Theme park.
What game is theme park? NBA 2K20.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Theme park.
I'm gonna go with NBA 2K20.
I'm going with theme park because it's so obtuse. Plus, who outside of North America plays NBA 2K20? And theme park could be God only knows.
Oh, you Canadians and your critical thinking. Theme park had sales of 15 million.
Okay, what is this game?
Well, NBA.
Theme park game.
Well,
Oh, I found
NBA 2K20 had 14 million. It just eked out.
Wow.
Okay, it's an older game.
Yeah, older game
It
have
came out in 1994.
but older games have the potential of like a long history and just that back catalog just nourishing them.
It is a construction and management simulation video game designed by Bullfrog Productions and published by Electronic Arts in 1994. So back in 1994, this would be a Leah Ask Leah game.
Yes, that would be. But
Now
see,
it's 15 million and one now.
Yes. There you go.
see,
Like $1, Bob.
$1, Bob. All
I
right,
work
next-
with a basketball nerd, so I knew about NBA 2K20.
Yeah. All right. Most played video games, and this is most all-time peak players on Steam.
Okay.
On Steam.
On
Okay.
Steam.
Okay.
Total Warhammer or Arma 3.
Fuck is Arma 3.
Total Warhammer. I mean, but hold on. That's not like the Warhammer
It's not the new one, it's the
Villain
original
Tide
one.
or whatever it is. The original one.
Yeah. Well, it's the toys in video games, but Total
Yes, I know,
Warhammer
but-
2 just came out.
But yeah.
This is the first one. I'm going to go with Warhammer just because I have no idea what the other one is.
Yeah, me too. I don't know the other game at all. And it's not quite as on the nose as Theme Park.
Theme park. So Arma 3 had 56,000. These are in the thousands. 56,000 all-time peak players. Total Warhammer had 113. Total Warhammer.
Oh, Arma 3's is that military made by the US military game?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's
You looking it up?
well, I'm looking at screenshots. I'm trying not to, Google numbers. So I'm just an image search, but it looks like just a army game. Anyway, please go
All right,
on.
next one. Half-Life or
Okay.
Governor of Poker 3.
Half-Life?
Governor of Poker 3.
Half-Life came in at 33K. Governor of Poker 3 came in at 53K.
Beating Half-Life?
Don't-
The OG. Mind you, Half-Life?
Half-Life.
Poker Man.
Half-Life
Yeah.
you could get on a CD. So,
That's true.
Yeah, it would have been on Steam.
well, it was by Valve
Poker.
and it was on Steam
Yeah.
as soon as they got Steam out. But I remember just
Yeah.
getting DVDs of Half-Life every time you bought a graphics card.
Well, wasn't that the whole orange box thing? It was like you would get a box that was orange with everything in it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Aw, physical media.
This dates me.
All right, Company of Heroes 3
Okay.
or The Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Oi.
Binding of Isaac.
Isaac. We both said Isaac.
Oh, sorry, I missed it. Okay.
That's okay. We said it the exact same
Yeah,
time.
I was like, what? I was just like staring at Leah.
What?
Company of Heroes 3 came in at 23K. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth came in at 70K.
Wow.
Easy. All right. Last one in this category, Mortal Kombat 11 or City Skylines.
City Skylines.
City Skylines.
You are correct. City Skylines came in at 60K, while Mortal Kombat 11 came in at 35K.
See,
I remember the hype.
If you weren't, but if you, Mortal Kombat 11 could be on, it wasn't just on PC, right? So it's like, you have to take that into account. Well, City Skylines truly was only on
Yeah,
PC.
Mortal Kombat is a,
Or,
is
I mean,
a
if it was-
console first kind of game.
I don't remember if if that had a console port or not.
Yeah.
City Skylines? Didn't
I think
they
they've
talk
got
about it? And
two.
then
Two is on hold, I think.
yeah.
They were having a ton of problems with that at launch.
Yeah, it's city builders are hard to do on console because of controllers. You can ask the people of Anno how they fucking did that. Like, yeah.
Sounds terrible. I got one more category. You ready?
Yep.
Let's do it.
One more.
I like this game.
This one is review score video games. Reviews score video games using Top Critic, average review scores out of 100 from Open Critic.
Okay.
So this is out of 100.
So who's got the higher or lower score? Is that
Correct. Yep. From and the sources from Open Critic on average for the year. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition or FIFA 18.
Xenoblades. That's some weeaboo, epic weeaboo game. Pretty sure it reviewed higher.
it? Critic 18, FIFA 18. Trying to think of. I'm going with FIFA 18.
All right, FIFA 18 came in at 84 out of 100, while Xenoblade Chronicles came in at 89.
Called it.
That waifu energy. All right. Hi-Fi Rush or Journey to the Savage Planet.
Ooh.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush, yeah.
Journey to the Savage Planet came in at 76 out of 100. Hi-Fi Rush came in at 89.
Yeah. More 89.
89. Wulong Fallen Dynasty or The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening.
The original one?
No, the remake.
Link's Awakening.
Legend of Zelda Weeks the Awakening, or what was the first one? Wulong?
Wulong Fallen Dynasty.
Ooh. I think Wulong, no, I'm going to go Link's Awakening.
All right, Wulong came in at 81. The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening Remastered came in at 87.
Yeah, that was a close one, though.
That was
Yeah,
close.
it was close.
Yeah, that was a nail biter. All right, I got two more. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak or Dreams.
Monster Hunter Rise. Dreams, I remember it being some kind of fucked up game that lasted about 5 minutes.
Well, Dreams, yeah, but we're talking reviews, right? So, like, there might have been some sort of critical. It's not a hot seller because it was that one where you can like build games with inside games. Let's go with Dreams just for shits and giggles.
All right, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak came in at 86. Dreams came in at 90.
Oh, yeah. That was a critic's pleaser.
Yeah, that's it, right? Like,
All right, last one. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 or Bloodborne.
Oh, that's spicy.
I'm gonna say Bloodborne.
Yeah, Bloodborne.
All right, Call of Duty came in at 84. Bloodborne had a score of 91.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that is the game of higher or lower.
Nice.
Like that.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Bring that one back again, Joelle.
Okay.
Cool. All right, time for a wee break, and then we're back with the news. See you in a second. And we're back with news of the week. Lots of PlayStation talk this week. As we mentioned briefly last week when we were recording the show, there was an outage to the PlayStation Network over the course of the previous Friday and Saturday. And Sony has responded to that now in an article on Polygon. Sony's actually blaming the PSN outage on an, quotes, operational issue, and in return is offering PlayStation Plus members a gift. Sony's PlayStation Network is down from Friday to Saturday evening, surpassing 24 hours. It was on the decade's longest unscheduled outages of a major video game network. The outage was wide-reaching, including PSN account management, social features, PlayStation Store, and more. Yet as the service returned online, information on the cause, let alone a fix, remained vague. Late Saturday night, a Sony Interactive Entertainment spokesperson responded to Polygon's request for comment with the following statement. Network services are fully restored from an operational issue. We apologize for the inconvenience and thank the community for their patience. All PlayStation Plus members will automatically receive an additional 5 days of service, end quote. The statement builds on the company's slight but blunt initial update from Friday. Shortly after the outage began, the official Ask PlayStation X account messaged, "We are aware some users may be currently experiencing issues with the PSN. For more details, here is a link for their status update." So 6:50 p.m. Eastern, Sony yet to provide any additional clarity on the Saturday, causing concern for some PlayStation owners who remember the infamous Sony Pictures hack in 2014. On Blue Sky, The Verge's Tom Warren wondered, in the absence of comment from Sony, if a DDoS attack would be to blame. So they aren't saying. PSN outages can be monitored on Sony's PSN status page. At the time of the publishing of the story, all features are marked as online. Down Detector also provides real-time status based on user reports. User-submitted outage reports peaked at just under 70,000 reports last night, and that was from when they wrote this article. It was updated on February 9th. So yeah, interesting kind of, that they're not actually giving us a what happened or nothing. They wanted, I guess, to just blow over, because then a little bit later in the week, they announced that they were doing a PlayStation State of Play on Wednesday, the 12th. I caught it afterwards because 5 p.m. I am always in transit, so I watched the full broadcast afterwards. Catherine, how did you consume it? Similar situation?
Yeah, I actually watched it today. I finally had time to sit down and catch up on it today.
Yeah, how about you, Joelle?
Yeah, I was unable to catch it live, but I watched it the next day on YouTube.
Yeah, it was a jam-packed almost an hour.
It sure was.
That's why I like rewatching on YouTube. That 2X comes in clutch.
Yeah, don't blink.
Yeah. Definitely being able to watch it. I do the 1.75 speed. For those that don't know, when I edit the podcast, I listen to us in 1.75 speed, and we sound like chipmunks, and it cracks me up every single time that I do it. But it's the easiest way because I already lived through recording this once. I don't need to do it again. I might as well give myself a giggle. Okay, so like I mentioned, tons of things.
So much.
We have an epic list here. Maybe, ladies, what we should do, considering time, and I know not everything that was announced speaks to all of us, maybe we could talk through some of our favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool. Kat, do you want to kick it off?
Yeah. I just wrote notes as I was watching it in this document, and I just saw at one point just wrote wrestling.
Yeah,
so
wrestling.
The wrestling one was a WW
2K25.
2K25, and what it reminded me a little bit of, because they kept talking about the island. I guess this is this island
And making
that you go
your
to.
avatar.
Yeah. It almost made me felt like Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? Because it's like they go to this island, or you hack a show when they have the Dark Tournament or something like that, but it's wrestling instead.
They watch a lot of Squid Games and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, one of my standouts, and that's because of growing up, the Nintendo versus do you have a Super Nintendo or a Sega Genesis?
Yeah.
Only the rich kids had both. Sonic Racing Cross World. This is basically Sega's not Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you play Mario? No, I play Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like, do you play Mario Kart? No, I play Sonic Racing Cross World. It looks like the same shit. Honestly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But like, I mean this in a good way. I'm like, I will fuck with this game. Like, I love Mario Kart. Like, if it's as like twitchy and drifty as Mario Kart, like I am down to put Sonic in a Porsche and have this little mammal go down insane speeds and just like getting boosts and drifting. And I'm like, I am down for this. Like, especially if the soundtrack goes with it, because I'm sorry, this is gonna be controversial. Sonic had a better soundtrack.
It did have a very solid
It
soundtrack.
did. It was good.
Yeah. Like the Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 soundtracks, holy shit. The bomb. Like, I know Mario has a lot of the catchy one, very recognizable, but in terms of like, I would sit down and listen to this, Sonic had better soundtracks in the 90s. The Mario Kart 8 soundtrack is amazing, and they have like a full orchestra. If they do that in this game with like the Sonic type music,
Yeah.
I will fucking lose my mind.
That's
That's the music I'm going to listen to when I work.
That's a bold statement.
I don't
Cotton.
remember if they said whether or not it was like a full orchestrated soundtrack or not.
From what I heard in the trailer, like the music was bopping.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
like, I still
remember
bop
that.
to the Sonic 2 soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just like that Emerald Hills, I'm like, yeah, boy. Some of these tracks, like the one, what was level 7 called? The Metropolis one.
Oh yeah, that one was great.
Oh, such a good song.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was really
So
good.
yes. So I'm getting like, if it's like the quality of Mario Kart 8, but Sonic with Sonic music, I'm glad I bought a PS5.
Oh yeah, I'm here for it. I was just like, well, take my money. Like, I want to play this. Like,
Yeah.
and then just hit the sound of the rings. When you get the rings,
Yes.
is so satisfying and iconic.
Yep.
And then you get that in the car, and I was like, damn, like,
Yeah.
why can't
And
I have this now?
And they look like they're in actual cars, so I don't know if there'll be like cross-brand events with like actual car manufacturers.
Oh,
Did they-
amazing.
Say if there's a release date. I'm just going to look here now. Control paste. Did there release? I don't.
I have the blog post open.
I don't
Febu-
think so.
What? February 21st, 2025. That's next week.
Oh shit!
This week. That's Friday.
Oh. What?
Kat,
Oh,
you can
snap.
find out on Friday.
The 21st?
Sonic Racing, Cross Worlds, yeah.
On Apple. What?
PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. Wow. PlayStation 4
It's
in
on
the future.
everything.
Yeah.
It's on
Oh.
everything. So
Is it coming to Xbox as well?
yeah, Switch, 4, 5, PlayStation, Windows, 1,
Oh,
Series
wow.
X and S.
Wow.
Oh. Well, good. I get to have it now. Yay!
There you go. You don't have to wait that long. Only 4 days.
Only 4 days.
It's 4 sleeps away. 4 sleeps. Joelle,
Nice.
what did you see that you liked or intrigued you?
You know, there was a lot of spooky games, which
Was there ever?
I was like, wow, this is
Yeah.
the anti direct for me. Some of them looked like so good though. Like Directive 8020. I'm for sure not playing it, but man, do I want to
Absolutely
watch
not.
I want to watch someone play it, but I will never ever play this game.
You know, Catherine wrote these notes because after all the spooky ones, it
Yes.
says Directive 8020 October 2nd space horror, so no thank you.
Yeah.
And then more Five Nights at Freddy's, also no thank you, June 13th.
Yes.
The Midnight Walk, cozy horror game. Is there such a thing? Very Tim Burton, May 8th. Onimusha, Way of the Sword reveal trailer. Zombies? coming 2026. Like, yeah. This is, you know,
this was
Kat
great.
wrote these notes.
But it's like as it came out, because like I have Sonic Crossworlds, Sega Stop Mario Kart, and then the next one is a fucking Digimon game. Holy shit!
Kat's notes are the best.
They are the best. Yeah.
No, the greatest one is Hell Is Us, September 4th, 2025. Is that Elias Tufexis I hear? I think it's him too.
Yeah. Especially it's from Rogue Factor, a Montreal studio. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I know he's
Yeah.
in Los Angeles now, but he's still got like, got that ACTRA
He
membership.
He
Like,
got them connections with the teams
Yeah.
there. So Joelle, out of all the spooky games, is there anything that speaks to you that you may even attempt to try?
The only thing that I would attempt to try would be the Midnight Walk, because it's like it's a horror game where you're basically playing a Tim Burton movie. It looks like, with the clay animation. And then if you've played Lost in Random, which was a game that I played in 2023, I believe, on the Switch. It's very similar kind of art style, and I really like Tim Burton. So I think if I'm gonna pick up anything on the spooky side, it would be that game. I also loved the trailer for Like a Dragon Coming to Dave the Diver.
yes, that was so
Iconic.
fun.
No notes. That was amazing. And I think that was pretty much. Well, I love the Monster Hunter Wilds. Like, that was cool. Like, I'm glad they were like, oh, just don't forget, this is coming, in case you didn't play the open beta over the weekend because you couldn't, because PlayStation was down. But like, just in case.
Well,
here it is.
let's just. This is why we're not saying or acknowledging at all the fact that happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
That first planned update with that creature that looks like a dragon, that looks like feminine, sparkly, iridescent. I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe I might have to play a Monster Hunter Wilds game now.
Yeah, this game looks. Yeah, the beta was great, so I can't wait to dive in on the 28th, and I get to play Sonic before that. I'm so happy. Yeah. So,
There you go.
but yeah, those were my picks. But yeah, this was stacked. It's truly stacked.
Definitely.
The game Dreams of Another caught my eye, mostly because it looks like a game made out of pointillism. So
Yes,
essentially,
yeah.
like, how the world is built is like all these dots and pixels kind of coming together, and it just made me feel like I was in the middle of a pointillism painting, which I'm intrigued by.
And the fact that the gun is not used to kill, but is used to destroy, so you have materials to change the world and create something is interesting.
Yeah, quite the definitely intriguing and not something we've seen before. Split Fiction, I'm just waiting for March 6th. They really didn't need to show me anything else. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this. And then that last one, Saros, which is from the makers of Returnal. Like, there was just something, like, it almost looked like mystical about it with the character and your character. I don't know if he's a mage or what he is, but then like this big ass demon thing comes out with glowing orbs, and then all you see is the glowing orbs reflected in its eye and everything, and I'm like, what is this? So yeah, I'm intrigued just from that.
Orbs.
Yeah,
teaser
it looks
trailer.
like they're making you fight the same Dark Souls boss over and over.
Yeah.
Well,
Which, you know how
don't
I feel
know.
about that sometimes. I'm just like, nope. I'll do it once and that's it.
Like roguelike, if you're like, it mixes roguelike mechanics and the combat difficulty of Dark Souls. I'm like, cool story, bro. I'm not for me. Bye.
Yeah, it might be one of those ones that I watch just because I ain't got time for that.
Oh my
It
gosh.
looks goddamn cool.
Well, Returnal was so hard.
Yeah.
And like the difficulty, it felt like the difficulty jumped exponentially. Like
Yeah.
you kind of I got through the first world, and then like after that, I'm like, I'm kind of cooked. Like I can't. Apparently, my skills are over with this
Yeah.
type of scenario. But yeah, it's a toughie. So it is players that do well at those games, like they're just really, really skilled because it's hard.
Well, it's like Life of P. They announced Life of P Overture in this one, and looking at it, I was like, it's so pretty, and the character designs are so nice, and like character designs is why I played Devil May Cry 5, right? Because the characters were like so interesting, like the way they looked and the way they moved and everything. And Life of P gave me that, and then they were like, it's a Souls like. I was like,
Yep. Nope.
Cool story, bro. I'm happy for you.
Everybody wants
off my wish list.
Everybody wants Bloodborne on PlayStation, PS5, updated, or the next iteration, and they're not getting it, so everybody's making everything around it.
Yes.
Well, yeah, and there was some other thing that came out. What was the Shinobi Art of Vengeance? No, not that one. Not
that
the
was
side-scroller.
that was a side scroller one, and it was almost like two different art styles together. It was like side scroller.
It looked like the not Onimusha, but like what's the one with...
Omni, the one with the dog, the wolf.
Yeah, that they announced they're making a new one, and everybody lost their shit.
God damn.
Yeah, is that one? Yeah,
Onimura?
Is that
Onimura?
one?
Yeah, maybe you're right there.
More like, because some of these fight, like I want to play them, but they're so hard, and I'm like, I just feel like,
yeah,
just put on modes, thank you. But I mean, whatever, it is what it is. But I'll just lust from afar. Or get good, which I don't have time for that. But
the only game I play on the hardest difficulty are
Spirit
match
Slap.
3 games.
That's where my jealousy comes
normal or below. Thank you.
And with that, I think we're wrapping up this show for this week. As always, check out show notes on girlsongames.ca for links to all the stories mentioned in the episode, including a complete roundup of all the things that was announced during the State of Play, because there was just too much for us to mention. It was packed. Thanks, Catherine, for always pulling that together for us. If you have the power to rate and review a podcast where you're consuming it, that'd be much appreciated. Why? It helps move us up in ratings. People can find our content, so it's more discoverable. And if you've got comments, we use them to help build our show. So I really, really appreciate that. This is the moment in the show as well where I ask the crew to shout out their social media handles, so you can follow them anywhere and everywhere online. Catherine, where can people find you?
I am CSDSBINS on Blue Sky, Threads, Instagrams, all the places. But I'm most active in the Girls on Games Discord. You can find me there, and that's where I posted photos of the epic snow pile at the back of my house, which is as big as the first story of my house.
Oh boy. Joelle, where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram at JoelleLauren87, on Blue Sky at Joelle Lauren, but always hanging out on the Girls on Games Discord. Come and say hi.
And I am Leah Jewer on most social media platforms, but of course you want to know everything there is to know about Girls on Games. You can track us down at The Girls on Games on X and Facebook. Just Girls on Games. No thought in there on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. Discord.me/Girls on Games. We continue this conversation and more. But of course, if you ever need to know anything at all, you can check it out at our home base. That's our website, girlsongames.ca. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Joelle. It's been another lovely week in video games. And who am I kidding? I'm off to play Foundation until... I guess the next management sim comes out. What is that? Oh yeah,
theme park.
Theme park. No, museum. 2 Point Museum. All right, see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.